Hey guys, what's going on? And welcome to another episode of TeaTalk, where in this episode we have a coffee. I'm sorry, but this episode just needs a coffee. It's just, there's so much going on, not only in the gaming community, but in the YouTube community, that I feel like this series of TeaTalks is going to be transforming more into gaming plus any news that I find interesting and worthy of putting into an episode, because there's so much going on in the world, and there's so much going on just in general that I refuse to let something go unnoticed. So let's take a tea sip and let's continue with the episode. The first thing that we're going to be talking about today is a new game that just came out, No Man's Sky. I feel like it's very prevalent to talk about this because there have been a series of crashes that have been going on within the game, not only on the PlayStation 4, but on the PC especially on high-end PCs where you don't normally get crashes, and the stability of the game itself is supposed to be a lot higher. So for this to get crashes, especially since it's a new game, I'm not surprised the least bit, because new games will have bugs, especially like Emily Wants to Play. Don't even get me started on that game. I tried playing it on my Mac because it was built for Mac and PC. It didn't work on the Mac at all. When I played it on the PC, it would crash severely. So anybody out there who knows of game updates for Emily Wants to Play, leave it down in the comments below. Hello Games made this game to be absolutely amazing because it has 18 quintillion planets and an algorithm so complex that it creates its own characters within the game, and every single time you go into the game, it's a new experience for the player, which I think is very cool. So if they're going to work on the method behind their madness, they gotta let the player know very soon, because I feel like everybody was anticipating it so much, and now people are like, oh well, it's crashing, so there's nothing I can do, and I feel like it's never going to get fixed. But for a Steam game, it's going to be very good nonetheless, because the idea behind it is so amazing. It's so wonderful. Space, I mean, for me, space is cool anyway. I mean, you know, I don't care what game it is. Space is awesome. But when you add 18 quintillion planets and a very complex algorithm, you kind of think, oh, was it worth it to make this complicated for the player? Coffee sip. But either way, I really hope that the game developers at Hello Games really make this game worth the investment. Now, as I said, the game developers know what they're doing, so I know that they're going to make a patch that's going to be good for the game. And since they're seeing everybody's comments and they're seeing how everybody is commenting on how the game is crashing, it's lagging, and Hello Games founder Sean Murray seemed to sum this up very nicely in the article that I read. He stated that he expects the game to be super divisive and not everyone will like No Man's Sky, but it appears that any aversion to the title is increasingly due to the technical issues rather than the content. Murray has stated that a patch for the PlayStation 4 version of No Man's Sky is currently being worked on, and the given severity of the problems that PC players are experiencing, we can certainly expect a big fix for the PC version of the game very soon. So they know what's up, they know what's wrong, and they know that they have to fix it if they want to keep their customers. So hopefully you guys enjoy the game. Let me know if you've played the game in the comments below, because I haven't yet. I don't have a PC, I have a Mac and an Xbox. So it'll be very interesting to play that game in the future when I build my computer. So now we get into the interesting part of this segment of the Tea Talk, because I feel like a lot of YouTubers, they either get really popular extremely quickly or they have to grow, and it takes a very long time for them to grow. The person who I am referring to, gotta take a coffee sip before this, because this story killed me. Like, it literally emotionally just ran me dry, because this is one of my favorite YouTubers. It's Twaimz, and you guys know him as Issa or Twaimz. He's originally a Viner, moved over from Vines to YouTube, and now his YouTube account and his Twitter account just went, it's gone. So it's not that it's gone, he's gone off of Twitter. It's really sad to see that he's not on YouTube right now. Hopefully he comes back, and hopefully he is okay and in a better state of mind. And even Issa stated this in one of his tweets. I know this is the worst thing to say, but I need to start a new chapter in my life. That doesn't involve Twaimz. That person no longer exists. I know so many people want to see the same old Twaimz back again, but if I'm being honest, that's not going to happen. I really think, you know, that Twaimz is struggling with self-identity, because he did, you know, he is putting himself out there a lot. You know, as a YouTuber, you tend to have the camera on you 24/7, and even when you do have a moment of privacy, you want to record it, you want, you know, to share with people, and it's, you know, I think right now he's doing a very good thing for himself, taking this time to really focus on him and what he needs. And it was really kind of shocking to see whenever I got a tweet actually from a username, hello, my name is Dip. Literally, it just popped up in my feed because I follow her on Twitter, and it literally, like, I turn on my notifications for all my friends who I want to see their tweets from, and I saw that she retweeted that. I'm like, my God, what's going on? I see another retweet that she retweeted. I'm like, my God, okay, what? Okay, I need to find this out right now. And I saw all of this, and that's what really made me want to focus more on YouTube news, because you know, you can only, if you only focus on one aspect of news like gaming, you really avoid everything else, and you can't avoid everything else whenever there's so much going on, not just in politics, but with, you know, YouTubers as well. Issa also stated that, my name is Issa, I've always been, and the older I got, Twaimz just slowly started to become a character. It's effed up. I completely understand this, and this is where psychology comes into play, because you can only keep doing a certain character for so long until you need a break from the character to be yourself. And that, I think that's what Issa is going through. He is breaking away from the character, and he's realizing who he needs to be as an individual, and he doesn't need to be Twaimz, he just needs to be Issa. He also stated as one of the last tweets that he posted about 17 hours ago that if you're ever struggling with self-identity, depression, mental health, literally anything that doesn't feel right, please talk to someone. And this is where I feel like, okay, he's getting what he needs. I feel like everybody should, you know, give him the peace and privacy that he needs. And it's kind of contradictory that I say that because I'm talking about him literally in an episode, but he deserves to be noticed for what he's going through and that he's being strong in what he's doing. So props to you, Issa. I hope everything goes well, and I wish for you the best. And I kind of wonder how Shane Dawson is taking it too, considering that they're like biffles. So hopefully he's spending some time with him, you know, talking him through things, because that's just Shane Dawson's personality from what I've heard. So, and the last thing that I want to talk about on this issue of TeaTalk is the fact that Pokemon Go is getting a mod in GTA 5. I don't know if you guys heard about this, but apparently from the comfort of your own home, now you can play Pokemon Go on GTA. And also another little tidbit of interesting, not awesomeness I would say, but kind of creepiness from the Pokemon Go universe, is that Pokemon Go players are being stalked by Wrinkles the Clown, a deranged street performer who you can hire and pay. I mean, anything is possible in Florida, but please just be careful, watch where you're going, and don't scare the ever-living shit out of somebody. So I really hope you guys enjoyed this episode of TeaTalk. As I said, I really am trying to incorporate more stuff just besides gaming. I love talking about gaming, but I also really love talking about other aspects of news like YouTube and politics. So let me know what you guys think and what stories you want me to cover. And also I will be putting all the links down below to everything that I used, all the articles and all that fun stuff. So until next time, attack that like button, happy living, and let's do it all together, shall we? Hipster Fisted.